Uh-oh. We're trying to get Mr. Tubbs back in. Mr. Tubbs is a live wire for a bulldog. Hi there, everybody. Dennis Prager here. And at least you got a glimpse of Mr. Tubbs. Why he won't stay in that bed, we don't know. Hopefully, as he gets a little older, and I could speak to him on a more mature basis, we might be able to cajole him to stay in the bed. Welcome to the Fireside Chat. What's our number here?
294.
294. I just got back from 2 weeks in Eastern Europe. I gave a speech in Bucharest, Romania, at the Parliament, not to the Parliament. There were parliamentarians there, but it was at the Parliament, which was a wonderful experience. This is not the first time I've spoken in Bucharest. And I had a listener cruise from Hungary to Bulgaria, which will mean little to most people because that's part of Europe that most people are not familiar with. I happen to love Eastern Europe, and it was a great trip. And that's really the topic, or leads to the topic that I want to address for a few moments. I wrote a column while I was in Europe, my weekly column, which I hope you will look at. They're very important. I lay out my ideas in print, and that is available at DennisPrager.com or at many other places, but the easiest for you is probably DennisPrager.com. So I wrote a column from one of the countries, I think it was Serbia, and it was titled that in many ways I feel better in Europe. Now you must understand how difficult that was for me to write. My love for the United States of America has always been very deep. So to say that in some ways, many ways, I felt more comfortable in Europe. And I had been to Germany just 2 weeks prior to that, so it's not only Eastern Europe. And I explained some of the reasons. When I was in Eastern Europe now, so I was in Poland, Hungary, and Bulgaria and Serbia, I felt in many ways that I was in 1950s United States. There was an innocence that I saw in life there that we have lost in America. Kids were playing in such innocent ways, young kids. I saw, I guess, a sister and a brother. I would say they were both under 10 years of age, and they were doing, patty cake, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, how often do you see that in the United States? I saw couples walking hand in hand, holding hands, young couples, middle-aged couples, old couples, vast numbers of them. I got a lot of pictures of this. I hope to put them up. And just people walking around, the lack of palpable tension that one feels in any major city in the United States today with regard to crime and homelessness and sorry to say poop, but that's part of it. I wondered, where were all the homeless people in all these countries? Why do they not seem to be suffering from this as we do? So let me just take a moment aside from the content that I want to offer you and remind you that given how often YouTube and other major media outlets, big tech as they call them, they drop things. For example, what was it? Robert Kennedy Jr. was on with Jordan Peterson, and that was just dropped by YouTube. I mean, two very major figures. And they said misinformation, which is the left's way of saying, we don't agree with you. Is there anything that the left differs with and they don't call misinformation? I can't think of one. Anyway, Jordan Peterson is not a man to misinform, to say the least. So we are afraid at PragerU that this could happen any day to us. They'll just pull the plug. So therefore, I'm asking you to please go to PragerU.com. Get the PragerU app. That's the easiest way to watch all of our content. But either way, whether it's PragerU.com or you just go to the PragerU app, please do so. And the rest of this Fireside Chat will be available there. The best is for you to start watching each Fireside Chat at PragerU. Thanks.